So go ahead and tell the people why we were here today.
Guys, I have seen all the comments. I have heard all the requests. And all y'all ever comment is, we want to see Rachel's in the bag. We want to see Rachel's in the bag. Here it is. I am a mediocre player. I play like 2 tournaments a year typically, and I don't play in the cold or the rain or the wind. If it's super hot outside, I'm probably going to stay here. If it's, snowing, I'm definitely not going. I'm a fair weather player. That's the best way to categorize me. I'm a professional. I think that's worth adding. My boy Thomas talked me into playing FPO to, snag that cash, and I won. So, professional. If you want my autograph, you just ask. You're not getting this. But Asher likes to display the disc of the day. And yeah, I like Katrina Allen. She's really nice. This is what's in my bag. So I don't usually use this bag. I usually have a cart, but Asher made me play a very sloped course. I'm wearing this. So I haven't converted back because it immediately got freezing cold outside and haven't played since then. So first things first, I have never thrown this, but I can't wait to throw it. This, if you saw the Gyropalooza box, me and Asher fought over this, and I ultimately won. So this is a parachute. I don't know if I'll throw it. It may suck, but I'm going to attempt to warm up with it because I love the colors. Next, these are kind of, they're my only mids. I love a Hex. And it's extra points if it's got a Lizardle on it because he's cute. You can see that this guy's been beat up and bruised. I love it. Fun fact about me, I am a natural Anheuser, which is probably unnatural, and you can tell me all the ways in the world that I can fix it. I'm not going to fix it. I can't help it. It all comes out like this, no matter what. So when it got really windy one day, this was no good. So Chewy, Alex, dyed me a reactor. So it could be more of a stable Hex. I think they do the same thing. If you release anything like this in the wind, it's just gone. So, yeah. Got those. A Toro. I love a Toro. This one's my favorite. Thomas gave me this. It was from our Union City tournament. This, I suck at approaching. I have 1 speed, and that's go. So I cannot approach very well. It's like I'm either throwing 200 feet or 350. I think that's probably my max. I don't really know. But I don't have anything in between. So if I'm trying to soft toss, it don't go. But for some reason, this disc will. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because the rim's chunky or what. But used to have 3 in the bag. I realized that was excessive. So now I keep 2 just in case. Next, I have 3 destroyers, and they all are different. This one, again, Thomas gave me this, and it crushes. If I ever lose this, I'm going to cry, but I'm stealing Asher's, so it's fine. I don't know why, but I can forehand this great, which I suck at forehanding, except for like 2 times when I've thrown this disc, and I look like a professional. So these are destroyers. Got the Metal Flake. My girl Own. This is very stable. I mostly just bag this because I love Own. I'm sure I'll find a way to break it in and hit a couple trees, but hasn't yet. Any other time, I'm throwing this Brinster. I love this. I've had this forever, so that will always be in my bag. Next, these are kind of out of order, but I think it's because my bag fell over. I'll grab them. Okay. Next are my Wraiths. They all do different things. Asher thought I was joking when I said that this one is the most stable disc. It's probably more stable than any of these destroyers are. So this is my Headwind Wraith. I did not know, oh, I got a chunk out of it. I didn't know that I needed a Headwind Wraith until I threw this Wraith in a Headwind and it was gone. So these two will turn over, but these go for miles. So I love a Wraith, just can't really trust these. This one I trust a little bit more. I would say these are probably my main drivers, excluding the Destiny, which we'll talk about next. If you have a slow arm speed, a high arm speed, if you just want to, you know, get your toes wet and be awesome, the Destiny. Asher forced me to try this. We now own, I think, like 20 Destinies. If we ever lose a Destiny, even though we have several more on this shelf back here, I'm going to buy another one to replace it, because these are max distance that I think, for me, they're very reliable. Unlike these, I can throw these in a headwind and they're going to come back. It is a 14 speed. Don't let that scare you. I'm a girl and I can throw a 14 speed. You can throw a 14 speed too. But these are great, so you should try that. Okay, you'll notice I got a lot of similarities in here. I have like 13 discs that do the exact same thing. This one is probably my most favorite disc in my bag. I love, love, love a Christian Tatar Grace. Fun fact, that's my first ever ace disc. Shout out Curtis. He gave me a Grace before a round started, and I threw it for the very first time, and it was straight chain. So it aced 100% of the time. It's on the shelf. It's never coming off the shelf, because what disc can you say has aced 100% of the time? So these are wonderful. I don't throw them that much anymore. This run is definitely my favorite run. The other ones, like the brand new ones, I don't even have any in my bag anymore. I don't like those. They're very flippy. This one flies a lot like my Destiny and my Wraith. If those two were to have a baby, I'd call that my Grace. So yeah, that's a great disc. The next one is a DD1. It's kind of similar to my blue Wraith, except for it is a little less stable. It can turn over just a little bit more. So if I'm in a huge headwind situation, I throw the blue Wraith. If I just know that I need a little bit more fade that I can't get out of any of those, like the Destiny or the other two Wraiths, I'm going to go DD1, because it's pretty reliable. I mostly throw it, y'all probably don't know, but hole 9 in Union City, because I can press it to go over the creek. With my little natural Annie, she just goes, and she always comes back. So she's going to be an ace one day. I know it. I've gotten so close so many times. This next one I stole from Asher. I don't know what this is. DD?
Yeah.
It's a DD. This is new to my bag. I don't have a whole lot of flippy stuff. You will notice that. Again, that's strictly because I release everything like this, and flippy don't like that. But I don't know. I've thrown this a couple of times. I started deciding to bag it right when it got cold, so I haven't played a whole lot to decide if I love it or not. But so far, I think it's great. I don't even know the flight numbers on it. I would assume it's probably a little bit similar to this, but more flippy. So we'll see. This may not stay. If I need to make room in the bag, this will probably be the one to go, or I'll get rid of a Wraith. I don't really know. Next, I got the Shrikes. This one I think is awesome. It's a little misprint. It's got a cute little swirl on the back. This is my forehand Shrike. This is the first disc that I tried practicing forehanded on. I don't know why. This is the first one I could actually get to go like 100 feet. Obviously that's not far, but I keep this more as like a security blanket. If I'm in a situation, I know I need to forehand. I don't really have the arm to throw a destroyer forehand very often. So I'll typically grab this one unless Asher yells at me and tells me not to. So it's a lightweight Shrike, but that's where we're at. That's what I got it for. It'll probably come out one day, but so far I like it. The other one, Justin, shout out Justin, he gave me this. I love this run of Shrikes, the Glow Champion. This flies just like all my Wraiths and my Destiny and my Grace. But it goes so far. I don't know what it is. Obviously, like I said, I have 13 discs that do the same thing. This one is just one of those, and I really like it. I've not taken it out of the bag. It's not going to be the first one I reach for, but it might be one day. I don't know. It's in contention. It's a great disc. I got the Fairways. This one is a Viking. I forget who this guy is, what his name is. I can't pronounce it, but it's the guy from Game of Thrones. If I ever lose this disc, I'll probably be pretty sad. I love a Viking. If I'm somewhere where I do need to kind of dial down the distance, it's a 9-speed. It's like 9.5, -1.2. So this is what I kind of do to disc down, but it flies so good. I can depend on the fade, but it's not too stable. I do have to watch out because I can turn it over, but I really love a Viking. It's a great disc. Another one, I don't really know why I have this in the bag anymore. It's a TD. I had one that I used to throw really, really good and straight, and then I lost it in the creek. And then I bought another one, and it was way too stable for me. I don't know why. It could have been a mental thing. But Asher's was too flippy for him, so we made a little swipsy-swapsy. But I don't really ever throw this. Maybe I'll go back to it. I don't know. I used to throw my gray one all the time. My gray one's back. Somebody found it in the creek. Typically, I would have thrown this for just like a straight shot. There's a couple shots particularly in my mind that I would think of where I would need something like this. So I just haven't taken it out of my bag. Mostly, I'm going to lean more towards my Viking because I always like that dependable fade at the end. But just in the off chance I do need to turn something over, but I don't need something super flippy, I keep that TD. I don't know if it'll stay or if it won't stay. My next disc is my oldest disc in the bag. This is a Christine Jennings Sidewinder. I realize these are very flippy. I don't know. This has been a great disc. It's just one that I've never been able to take out of the bag. There's several holes I do need to just try to get straight up the gut. And I don't know what it is about these, but I always picture it doing this because that's what this does. I don't know why, but it does this. So I keep it. I love it. It's an old staple. I don't think I'll ever take it out just because it's the oldest disc that I have. Asher bought it for me when I first started playing because I thought it was pretty, and it's just been in my bag ever since. Next is just a Champion Roadrunner, and I keep this for every turnover shot that I absolutely need. If I don't have a forehand that I can depend on, it is something that I'm working on. It's just not really in my game. So if I'm in a situation where you would think, hey, you should forehand, I'm going to take out the Roadrunner and throw it on 80 and let it do its thing. This is kind of my get out of jail card. I'll probably always keep it in my bag. You never know when you're going to need a Roadrunner. Honestly, I think they're a great disc. Next one that I have is a Katrina Allen. It's a Prodigy X3. I realize she's not with Prodigy anymore. Asher bought me one just like this. It was like a very light colored green and white. It had this stamp on it, and it was for the longest time my farthest throwing disc. So I've always kind of kept one in my bag. Obviously she has signed this one, and this one means a little bit to me, but I threw that green one in the creek and I never got it back. So it was just kind of a disc that I couldn't really replace with anything else. And I just think it's beautiful. I love when stamps look pretty and not ugly. So I don't know. I've always liked an X3, very similar to my Grace, my Wraith, all those. But Katrina signed this. I met her. She's super sweet. So I keep this. It's a great little disc to have in the bag. This is another Wraith. I have problems, apparently. I have 30 different Wraiths that I keep in my bag. You never know. But we have a very long creek on our course, and I throw a lot of disc in there. So if we're ever going out and we're practicing, I like to keep several in the bag. But lucky for you, I don't really need this. So I'm going to do a giveaway, right? I'm giving this away. I'll give this away. You're welcome. What do I want you to say? You got to type Everett in the comments. I'll even let Everett lick this. Everett loves disc golf too. But we'll give it away in 3, 2, not today. It's in the next one. We're going to do the giveaway from last video. I don't know where I'm at. I'm not here. All right. So, yeah. The putters. Oh, look, I have my little tiny tennis racket. Okay. Anyways, last but not least, certainly not least, the thing everybody has in their bag, putters. I putted with P2s for the longest. Putters are probably the one thing I love to buy. Asher will say that I buy putters all the time. I got these last year in January, and they've been in my bag ever since. So I would just like that to be noted. I loved P2s. Discmania changed the plastic. I don't know what they did to them, but they're terrible now. If they hit chains, which obviously they're going to do because they're putters, they immediately take gashes out of them. So I was going through putters like crazy. Asher said I had a problem, and then I tried these AVRs. I have had a very love-hate relationship with them. I kind of hated them for the longest, and then I was going to change. But now I make putts with them, and I'm really good with them. So probably going to keep these. We're going to do another season. We're going to see how they are. Maybe I just want new putters. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. I don't have any more disc in my bag. Yeah. Thank y'all for watching. I don't know if y'all care what's in my bag or not, but now you know. So we got some cool stuff. I say we, like I'm a part of this. Asher has...
You are a part of this.
Whatever. Asher has some really cool stuff. He's got a lot going on. A lot of new big things. Some very big announcements are coming out pretty soon. So make sure you're watching the videos. Make sure you're liking, commenting, and subscribing. And yeah, stay tuned because do it. Tell the homie about the channel.